Hey guys, my name is Koskas. I'm a financial consultant and I'm here continue doing my videos to try to push financial education to the Olim Chadashim community in Israel. I'm doing all this content usually in Hebrew. It's my native language obviously, but my wife is American, is Ola Chadasha, pushed me to do all those videos, and I actually really enjoy doing it in English, even though I'm sorry if I'm not saying the right terms the right way or whatever. But the idea is just to pass you the main idea so you won't do the mistake that even people, by the way, that speak Hebrew doing all the time, native people in Israel. And this video is about Gemel Lehashkaah. It's a very important, it's one of the best investment tool you can have in Israel. And I want to tell you right now, the people coming from the US that watch me, you need to know special different things. And I will say it in the end, you have to stay with me until the end because I'm saying different things. Everything I'm saying until the end is relevant to you. But there will be more stuff you need to understand in the end about taxation. It's very important for American citizens. So please watch this video. And please also to support me if you can. I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's very important for me to understand, to get more support, to understand there's even need for this kind of videos. And I would love to do it. So please subscribe. So let's start. Gemel Lehashkaah. So if you already saw my video about Keren Ishtalmut, and if you didn't, I really recommend you go see it. You understand that Keren Ishtalmut is the best investment in Israel by far. But unfortunately, Keren Ishtalmut has two disadvantages. The first disadvantage is, first of all, the amount of money you can put it. Okay, you can put up to 18,000 shekel a year. The second disadvantage, if you don't have your own business, you cannot really open it for yourself. And not every company as an employee, and not every company actually open it for you. So how, if you don't have any Keren Ishtalmut and you don't have an option to open, or you want to put more money, or you don't have any way to open a Keren Ishtalmut, the next best thing is Gemel Lehashkaah. So Gemel Lehashkaah is a product that started in the year of 2016. It's pretty much new product. It's a financial tool that's working exactly like Keren Ishtalmut, by the way, that allows people to deposit money in a saving investment account through one of the big companies, an insurance company, or the investment firms. And there's a few advantages of this amount and also tax benefit that you should know. So again, this investment fund, this investment tool, whatever you want to call it, financial tool, in the end, it's invested in different options that you can put it. Exactly like Keren Ishtalmut, by the way. You can put it in stocks, you can put it on bonds, you can put it on the S&P 500, you can put it on in general investment. It means that you're also putting like about 60%, 70%, depending on different companies, and not tradable investments like real estate, for example, right? You can buy real estate with that money, and that's where the money has been invested. By the way, you can split it between different options. You can put 30% on the S&P, 30% on general, 30% on stocks, or whatever. You can do it like that. So the important thing is for people that wants to invest, let's say, for example, in the stock market, but don't have the time or don't really want to learn it or really scared, is to put the money in some kind of investment tool that will be investing for them. And you can check Gemel Lehashkaah did in the last few years more than 10% in the last years in most of the companies. Some companies even do 20% and more. You can check about it in My Gemel. But the idea is, the advantage of it, that the money that you're making, it's not like general money being manage and invest in the stock market like some companies offer. Like I said, there's tax benefit. If you save your investment until the age of 60, the profit will be pure out of taxation. So that's insane. Because if you open a machshevon, a calculator, and compound interest calculator, and you will see what will happen if you put 72,000 shekel a year, and that's what you can put in Gemel Lehashkaah today to 2022, 72,000 shekel every year, and let's just say you're in the age of 30, and you get to the age of 60, the amount of money that comes out of it is insane. Let's just do it right now, okay? Let's just see that I'm just throw you the number because it's important for me to show you how crazy amount it is. So let's just say, again, you put in 72,000 shekel in the Gemel Lehashkaah every year. Okay, let me just do it for a second to tell you exactly. And let's just say the interest will be an average of 7%, even though I told you it did. The last year it did like 15%, and the average is like almost 10. Let's just say doing 7%, and you're in the age of 30 years old. In the end, you will have 7.3 million shekel in your investment fund. It's insane. It's insane. The money you actually put with all the 30 years will be like around 2 million shekel. The profit will be more than 5 million shekel, but again, it's without taxation. Again, American are watching me. It's very important to watch until the end because for you the situation is a little bit different. So it's important to understand. Okay? But that's the biggest advantage, the tax benefit. So when can you actually pull the money, forget the age of 60? Because you remember Keren Ishtalmut, for example, it's after 6 years the money is available, or Keren Pension, you can't really touch the money until the age of 67. When can you touch the money with Gemel Lehashkaah? So another benefit in Gemel Lehashkaah, you can pull the money whenever you want. The money is liquid. So that's why I'm trying to tell people that like the money they're sitting in their bank account, it doesn't do any interest in Israel. The interest of money in the bank is basically zero. Put it in bank Gemel Lehashkaah. It's like the bank. It's making interest, but you need the money, just pull it. Okay? I will not recommend to pull it. I will recommend something else. But if you need, just pull it. Simple as that. So again, if you just want to pull the money back to your bank account to use it, it usually takes between 4 days and you can see it already in your account. But the money is available all the time and you need to know it. Okay? Some people are scared, they don't want to lock their money. No, the money is available. You put 72,000 shekel in the Gemel Lehashkaah, you can pull it the day after it. But if you pull the money before the age of 60, you need to pay tax on your profit, like every tax you're making on every profit. Today it's 25%, but if you have a problem with that, you need to go to the government. But why am I saying it's important not to pull the money before the age of 60? Because if you need the money to use it, as you say you saved 300,000 shekel, you need the money for something, you can just take a loan from your own money, okay, to the company that has it. Depending which company, every company has their own conditions, their own terms. But some companies will give you 80% of the amount with 1.1% interest. Let's just say it's prime, it's called prime minus half, because the prime is like 1.6, so prime minus half is like 1.1. So let's just say you have 1 million shekel, you can get 800,000 shekel for 7 years even, as a balloon loan. Balloon loan means that you don't bring anything until the end of the 7 years. 7 years you pay everything that you took plus the interest. If you're doing calculator, you see it's almost nothing when you look at 1%. You basically almost bring in the same amount of money. So it's very important because let's say you have 1 million shekel and that 1 million shekel is invested. It doesn't have to be million, just throw a number. Let's say it's 100,000 shekel, okay? And you're taking 80,000 shekel and in the end you have to bring back 87,000 shekel. You can see in the 7 years, even if 1 year, right, the 7,000 shekels is what the money costs you, the interest. Even if 1 year, the money will do 10% a year, and the Gemel Lehashkaah, as I said, did more than 10% in many years, the last few years, you already brought back all the interest that you're paying. So that's what I'm saying, it's now worth to pull it. So again, how much money you can deposit in Gemel Lehashkaah today? You can deposit almost 72,000 shekel. Again, you need to check if you're going to do it, what is the current for that specific time you're going to do it. Again, which kind of option you can put in Gemel Lehashkaah? I'm repeating, there's a lot of options. You can put it again, the S&P, stocks, bonds that are very, very solid option that makes around 4% a year. Okay, taxation. As I said again, I want to repeat it, up to the age of 60, if you pull it, you have to pay tax on your profit. It's 25% of only the profit you made. If you keep it under 60, you can get the money free of tax, and it's very important to understand. How do you choose Kupat Gemel? Like which company, where you're going to do it? So first of all, again, it's depend of your needs. Because some people tell me, look, all I care is about interest. I want to make the highest interest possible to make. So I tell you, okay, some firms, some investments, some insurance company are really good about their interest. So maybe you should look at them. But if you tell me, look, I'm already doing the math and I already want to take a loan, I will tell you, okay, some companies has the best terms of loans, right? Some company has the best management fee. Some company has the best service. We need to see what is more suit for your need, okay? So that's the answer for that question. But you need to understand that the management fees for the Gemel Lehashkaah, it's every year, but it's split it by month. It's how much money you have in the funds, okay? You don't pay anything per deposit, but you do pay money from the total amount. For example, the average amount of fees is about 0.7 plus minus, okay? So let's say you have 100,000 shekel, you pay 100,000 shekel, I mean 1%, it's 700 shekel a year. But again, let's just say you made 5% that year, you made 5,000 shekel. So Again, cost benefit, as they say. But again, which Kupat Gemel is the best? Who's doing the what interest? There's no one answer to it. If you look at my Gemel different month, you will see every company is suddenly become the first, and become the third. And of course, you can, by the way, you can, if I didn't say it, you can change between the companies in every specific time without making it into a tax event. You don't actually pull the money. For example, if you're in Phoenix or More or Altshuler or Metavdat, you can transfer between the companies as much as you want. It doesn't cost anything. You also will not pay any, you won't have to pay any fines, okay? And you also can change between the options inside of it. Like you don't have to stay on the stocks or the S&P. You can change all the time between the different options. So that's why I'm saying every once a year, at least once a year, you need to sit with somebody. You can do it by yourself, obviously. Also, you can do the study, you can do the research. Sit with somebody and say, okay, this is what I did the last year. Maybe I can do someplace better. Now, if you're number 3 in the list of like the chart of you see who did the best in the interest, in the return on the money, you're number 3, I'm not saying move. But if you're number 15 in the list, maybe it's smart to move to the ones on the top of the list, right? So that's how you maximize your interest on your money or the return of your money. And again, you can do it by yourself, you can do the research, or you can also consult with somebody like me or somebody else that actually understand those fields. And basically that's Kupat Gemel Lehashkaah. If I'm summarized for a second, it's a great tool, it's a financial tool to invest up to 72,000 shekel. By the way, you can put 72,000 shekel per person. So let's just say I'm married to somebody, I can put 72,000 shekel, I can put on my wife 72,000 shekel, I can put on my kids 72,000 shekel. And the great idea here is again that you can move between companies all the time. The money is liquid to you all the time. You can pull it whenever you want. And if you got to the age of 60, the benefit kicks in that you get it free of profit. And I will say that it's better to always keep it until the age of 60. If you want to do it, you want to use the money, do it as a loan. Now, as promised to you guys, the US citizens that watch me right now, you need to understand there's something different. Some would say it's not even worth for American to open Gemel Lehashkaah. I'm saying it depends on the situation. But let me explain to you what's the difference. So you remember how I said that, okay, you're making the money in your Gemel Lehashkaah keep growing. There's compound interest and it's going and going and going and going and going, right? So let's just say I have 100,000 shekel. I did 10%. The funds right now worth 110,000 shekel, right? But I didn't really pull it. It's still growing. So in Israel, like I said, if you don't pull it, you don't pay any taxation or nothing. You let it grow, keep going. For American citizens that report taxation in the US, obviously every American citizen needs to report their taxation, everything they need to know about their financial situation. But some people obviously don't do it when they're Olim Chadashim and they live in the US. I'm just giving you the information. So if you report it to the US, let's just say you report it, Americans, the federal, as for the American point of view, let's just say you have 100,000 shekel and you made 10,000 shekel profit. They don't care about Israeli laws. There's 10,000 shekel profit, even though you didn't pull it, you didn't touch it. They want the tax of the 10,000 shekel. And that's why it's so insane, because I'm paying tax. Let's just say you decided to do everything by the law. And obviously we're law-abiding citizens. So let's just say you do open a Gemel Lehashkaah and you made this amount of money and you didn't actually pull it, it's still there, and you report the US government what you made, you will have to pay money that you didn't really get to your own end. And that's what makes the investment in Gemel Lehashkaah, or even Keren Ishtalmut as an independent business, by the way, it's the same problem. So also in Polis Chisachon, that I will do another video about it. It put them in a very tricky position, and I'm telling you from experience because my wife is a US citizen, obviously my kids as well, but talking about my wife, that it's a conflict because you don't know what to do, because one side you only pay the tax for the US, right? If you keep until 60, it's still the US tax is still lower than 25%, depend where. But so from one side you say great, from the other side, even if you just invest stuff in the stock market, you will have to pay it, and it's also benefit of they making great percentage. So some people say, okay, even if I have to pay it in the US, I'll do it. But some people don't even report to the US taxation, but that's not illegal there. But what I'm saying is if you don't report it there, it's also, that's kind of the trick to do it. I'm not recommending anybody to do it. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you what's happening in this world. So you need to take into consideration what you're doing. So American citizen, you have a conflict about Gemel Lehashkaah, if it's even work for you, I suggest you will consult with somebody, but it's important to know all the information. As for the rest of the world, from what I understand, from what I know, I don't know obviously the laws are whatever in different countries, it's okay. With the Israeli law, if you're here, you've been protected by taxation. That's all about Gemel Lehashkaah. And again, please guys, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's really important for me to keep growing my American, my Olim Chadashim, wherever you come from. You're welcome, by the way. Welcome to Israel, of course. Please support me and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really means a lot to me and really means pushing me to do a lot more videos because there's a lot more subjects I can do video. You can check my website, OKI Finance. You can see a ton of information about entrepreneuring, about real estate, about investment in the stock market, about obviously financial. There's a lot of different subjects and everything is in Hebrew, of course. So if you know Hebrew, first of all, it's great. But the idea is to make everything in English for the Olim Chadashim. But for that, I need your support. So I want to see if you can support and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.